Oh my God! That's just too dirty!
This shit's fire.
This is a fucking banger.
Ladies and gentlemen, cats, snakes, dogs, chicken, elderly people, workers, and twerkers.
Turn it up!
I don't give a fuck. It's the Ruckus. What the fuck you expect?
I body slapped my wife, my nigga.
Sorry, I can't. I just can't.
We're done.
I can't.
We're done.
So is it just a singing?
Yes,
because that's what it sounds like.
Yes.
It was just a singing. Okay,
that's what that is.
Yeah, it's not Mariah Carey singing.
Yeah, and that's fine. I get that. He's like Randy just said.
He's not just a
Mariah
singing
Carey.
though.
He's not
just a singer.
Okay.
Look, and the thing is like it sounds like almost is on purpose, because in a lot of songs he sounds great, and then he's like, I'm about to fuck this up.
Right. That makes sense. It makes sense even with the content of the album though.
Yeah.
That nigga's hurt. He's hurt. So he's
hurt. Yeah, he's hurt.
I'm hurt.
Exactly.
I'm like, I get it, bro.
Nah, he's feeling himself, bro. He hurt. He's like, yo,
but y'all played Johnny Cash, and the name of the song is Hurt. And that nigga is like, compose her. I like compose her. I don't like this.
Johnny Cash is fucking cool.
That's like the
Johnny Cash conveyed that feeling in that song.
Yeah, dude. His voice is vibrating.
Yeah, his voice is literally like vibrating. You put that shit on some. You put that shit on some loud fucking speakers. Your fucking house is shaking just from his like literal voice. Like that shit. You feel the hurt. Go ahead, Kraken.
Oh, go ahead.
So it reminds me of Slick Rick. It reminds me of Slick Rick's storytelling style and the narratives. That as soon as he takes off, you kind of have to keep paying attention because there's a story behind it, and you can't you just can't not pay attention. Which it could be a con because you can't just turn it on whenever, right?
Exactly.
It's like you play Bob Dylan to listen to Bob Dylan, and not like background music.
It's not background noise.
So Slick Rick is like that to me, right? Once he's on, you gotta listen to Slick Rick, like, and he's gonna take you through this narrative, through the story. And Bob Dylan's always been like that. So I love the album, son. My favorite songs is the Blue Tango shit, the Meet Me in the Morning, the Big Girl. I thought that shit was dope.
So
and I've always wanted to listen to the album, so it's great that we actually got.
No, I mean, I honestly, real quick, sorry.
Wait, you never listened to it before, Kraken?
No, that was my first time.
That's why I like this so much, because we get to listen to shit that I would have never took time to listen to.
I hate this shit.
Well, now you know you hate it.
It is torture.
Yeah. Well, real quick, right around the time Alex started diving into the Beatles, I was like, all right, let me start, listening to Bob Dylan, because that's one of the things I really wanted to do is listen to his discography.
You're in the military.
And to be honest, no, I didn't get far in it. I did not get far in his discography, but listening to this makes me want to go back and actually really finish it, because
that would be dope.
So
the beginning of Watchmen is one of the best intro of any fucking movie. And that's Bob Dylan carrying the whole thing, son. That shit is dope.
Luke, before we get back to you, I want Alex to speak on the album real quick.
Alex hates this album. Go ahead, Alex.
Alex, go ahead.
You heard the album?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I heard it. I heard 3 times. My favorite was Idiot Wind. I loved it.
It's the diss track, bro.
I was smoking. I lay down on my bed and shut the lights off, and I just read the lyrics, and I was just like there, like wow.
Yeah.
It was dope, man. Yeah. It was an experience. Like and I feel bad for them that they couldn't experience what I experienced.
Right.
You feel bad for us?
Especially Daniel, because he's a poet.
But hold on, lose a writer.
Right.
Yeah, lose an author. Yeah.
Nigga, I can't sing for shit, and I know that Bob Dylan is the shit.
Lose over here like creating instruments and shit. I'm over here I play video games, and I literally journeyed through this fucking album like it was incredible.
But I just to clarify things, when I made the comments the first time, I really was trying to make a question. I have a critique of this, and I was jokingly asking, are we going to record this, because I'm going to say some things that I probably don't want people.
Go ahead.
The positive thing.
I gotta hear this.
You're not.
I need to hear this. Go ahead.
You're not stupid.
No, so I'm gonna go ahead and I heard this album 3 times, and the first time was torture. The second time, because the first time was so torturous. The second time I was just like, I put that shit on in the background, and like Kraken said,
really.
No, yeah. So
no. Well, I'm only asking. I only said that because for me, I was torture for me the first time, and then the second time that's kind of what made me like focus more on it. And the second listen, I really paid attention.
Well, that's the thing. I was
that
angry
sounds
at the
like
fact.
ass fucking. I'm telling you.
Well, I mean, if you ask fucking Bob Dylan.
Yeah, maybe. My thing was that I was angry at the fact that I had to listen to this again. Because if you told me, yo, listen to this album one time, I would have listened to it, never listened to it again. But because this was a project that we was doing together, I was like, all right, let me invest in the idea. So I listened to it a second time. The second time I was angry. I was
God bless all of you guys. Because
I was like, I got to do this shit again. But because you guys in the group were still going on with the detail, I was like, let me listen to this a third time. And Kraken had put something in the group chat. Kraken, what was that link that you had put? The mug jugs? What was that?
Oh, the Memphis Jug Band.
Yeah, the Memphis Jug Band
from the 20s and 30s.
Yes. So Kraken put that link in the chat, and I went and I listened to that, and I went down that rabbit hole. And so when the third time I listened to Dylan, I went back looking for something, and I found exactly what I was looking for.
Right.
I found the melodies. I found the instrumentation. I thought was fantastic. Yeah. I love the harmonica sound. I love the fact that he wasn't trying to mimic anyone with that harmonica sound, because the harmonica sound is so difficult that a lot of people tend to just copy other people, and he didn't do that. It was just him, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed how the music I think he knows that he can't sing. So he plays his music to his voice, which I think is a credit. It's a credit to the musicianship. A good musician knows his strengths and weaknesses, and he plays to them. And I think he wrote the music, not the lyrics themselves, but the actual music to who he was. And I thought that was phenomenal, because it just shows it's a level of depth in terms of the artist. Like I know myself, I know where I need to go in and out, which I thought was phenomenal. It's not the type of music I would listen to, but it's the type of music that I can objectively say I can understand why it is what it is. The songs that I like, there was 2 other things real quick. Is I like the long bridges that he would go in. So you notice that in the songs he'd do something like da 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 da, and he'd stretch out his singing.
Yeah,
I love that he does that, and I would love to hear somebody. Yeah, he sounds bad doing it, but I would love. He knew exactly what he was doing. I would love for someone with a voice to try to do that part.
Are you saying he would be an excellent ghostwriter?
Yeah. I mean, he's a good musician. Is what I'm saying.
He wrote all his songs.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. It was on him.
That's his thing, bro. The dude cannot sing. He gotta write, bro.
Hall of Fame.
He gotta write.
Well, that's the thing. For me, it was the pen game.
The pen game is. Dude,
I don't think it's only
I love the way he described everything, man. Like it was very.
Oh no, he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
No, but I think that he's in the Hall of Fame for like writers, like all types of writers, like fiction, nonfiction,
like
first musicians,
like Jay-Z.
Put into there.
Isn't Jay-Z in?
I don't think so, man. I don't think it's many.
I think so. Yeah, no.
Hello.
Jay-Z's not in it.
Jay-Z's in it.
Jay-Z's in the Writers Hall
No,
of Fame.
it's not song. It's not.
No, not songwriters. I'm talking about writers. Jay-Z is in the Writers Hall of Fame. Yes.
I think so, yeah.
And he don't write.
And he don't write.
That is
Anyway.
Well, Bob Dylan sucks. Then he got to step
down. Just one quick thing. The song, his song from the '60s, like a Rolling Stone, is a fucking amazing song. If you ever heard that song before,
yeah.
I'll just say one thing. My favorite song on that album was "Idiot Wind." I think that was a great song. But I just really what hit me about that song is that he put me to sleep, and then when I realized what the fuck he was talking about, I was like, "Oh shit!"
Lou, did it transport you to some events of your past?
Nah, man.
Did you feel a certain type of way?
Well, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. And you probably know this is I have a lot of resentment towards this type of music because of shit that's happened to in my past, and I took advantage of this moment to break through some of that shit. Because anytime anybody puts on the Beatles or Bob Dylan, I automatically shut down. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not trying. I'm like, all right, this shit is whack.
Bro, but why though? Yeah, the Beatles is fire, bro. I talk shit about the Beatles, but they are, boy.
Yeah, but I had very negative experiences when it came to this type of music because of where I heard this music the first time and the context of where I heard it. So,
ya viene este tigre a dañar
loco, pero we talking music. Let's talk about it.
Imagine getting racism at you while listening to the Beatles and you associate Beatles with racism with the Beatles. That gotta be
bro, you're doing too much, bro.
He's like getting beat down by some frat guys.
Didn't you guys tell me Bob Dylan is Jewish?
Yeah, but it's not about Bob. My man, I'm not gonna tell you the story, but I'm saying is no, this motherfucker. No, what I'm saying is when I first heard these songs, I was like 12 or 13 years old. I was at fucking school. And all of these fucking white kids would be listening to this shit, and I would be like, nah, I like Big Pun, I like DMX.
What the fuck was this?
And they would literally tell me like, you're a nigga, and that's you're only my man. That shit ain't funny, motherfucker.
El más berraco.
I know what you're thinking. Where can I find more? For full episodes of the Ruckus podcast, you can check us out on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and your other digital streaming services. The Ruckus, it's organized chaos. Don't worry, we're working on getting Mike a better mic. Get it, Mike? And don't worry about it. You'll get it eventually.